Hello everyone. In this episode I want us to talk about how we talk to our children, because the way we talk to our children eventually becomes their inner dialogue as they get older, and even when they're adults that becomes their inner monologue. So I wanted to talk about that today because I've seen it with some clients, as well as when I was in the traditional classroom, where kids will say certain things. So let me give you an example. When I was in the traditional classroom, I taught first grade for a number of years. So I taught the babies, and I have some experience in kindergarten as well. But when you teach the babies and they say certain things, you know that did not come from a first grader. You know it came from a parent, or they heard it somewhere. So I had this one student where she would say, "Oh, I'm just so stupid. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that." And that's just simply not the way first graders talk. And you could tell that she got it from somewhere. She either got it from a parent that says it to her, or a parent that even says it to themselves. And now it has become her inner dialogue, and she's even saying it out loud to me as an educator. And I would tell her, it's like, that's not true. Like, we're all lifelong learners here. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay that you don't know it. And I would always tell them, I was like, Miss Wright doesn't know everything. I promise you, Miss Wright doesn't know everything. Miss Wright doesn't know how to spell every word. Miss Wright doesn't know how to say every word. I don't know how to solve every math equation. There's so much that I don't know, and we all have to be lifelong learners. And that was basically my company line when things would come up like that. It's like, look, like, it's okay. But the fact that she was saying that to herself, it was obvious to me that she had heard it somewhere, or it had been said to her, or her parent had said it to themselves, and now she was taking that on, which I think is so incredibly sad. Like, if you remember when you're in first grade, and this is the grade I'm talking about at this right now, when you're in first grade, you can be anywhere. You're like 6 or 7, so you're really, really young. You're being molded, and this is one of your first experiences with school. Kindergarten does count, but it kind of gets serious in first grade, and a lot of kids have trouble with that transition. But they're already saying those types of things to themselves, and that's incredibly sad. So when we're around our kids, we have to be mindful of what we say to them and how we say it. Even with my kiddos, my own babies, I have to be careful. If I'm in the thick of it and frustrated and I just don't want to talk, like, because they always want to talk, I have to take a moment and step back before I respond to them, because sometimes it's mommy, 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 and it can be too much. So I have to remember, it's like, okay, take a step back, take a break, and then come back to it, because I don't want to say something that I don't mean, and then that be something that they start to say to themselves. So in a hybrid education model, this is something that I want to focus on as an educator, teaching kids how to talk to themselves. So for example, in that moment, I told the little girls, like, hey, instead of saying I'm so stupid, say I'm still learning, and I'm gonna try my best. And that phrase is way more empowering than saying, I'm so stupid, I'll never get this. It's like, no, that's not true. You will get this, and you are still learning, and you will continue to learn for the rest of your life. So in a hybrid education model, this is something that we as educators need to focus on as well, like teaching them how to talk to themselves, because they're learning just by what they're picking up, what's being said to them, but we're not actively teaching them how to talk to themselves. So that's what I would like to change, and that's what I'm working on changing right now. So I hope you're having a great day. Let me know in the comments below, have you ever heard a kid say something crazy to themselves to the point where it's like, you got that from someone else? Because it can be apparent, especially with the babies. You can tell, it's like, that did not come from your little 6-year-old brain. So that's something we all need to strive for, and that's what I'm working on too. So I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.